I'm a recovering Southerner. I know, I got here as quick as I could. And what I noticed when I first moved up to the East Coast, people are really into like your ethnicity. Are you Scandinavian, Elaine? Are you Irish? I'm like alcoholic white trash Texan. My family does donuts, double wides, and divorce. It's our specialty. So I love the East Coast. It's a trip. It's very different. It's a little more intense, but I love it. People are like, don't do that. I'm like, okay, don't cut me. Okay. So I grew up, my father was a dentist and a pharmacist, so he wouldn't let us eat candy. We could snort it, we just couldn't eat it. So, it's dysfunctional families, right? And my real mom, she's a trip. She's like, Elaine, she always brings up my exes. Whatever happened to Mac? Mac really loved you. I'm like, Mother, Mac was my first computer. Well, then you can laugh more. I had this one little old lady, as a comedian, you love making people laugh, and it's every time it's a different, I coach comedians, and I'm like, it's a ride. Like, are you willing to ride the ride? Because one joke that hits every night, the next night, crickets, you're like, shit, and you're sweating, and you never know. It can be harder than you look. You just never know what's going to happen. You never know. So tonight could be your lucky night. I'm just like, why did my friends make me sit in the fucking You're kind of cute. Are you handy? Are you good with your hands? I've always got my eye out for my next handyman. I'm always like... He's like, I'm not. You're turning red. You're so cute. Oh my God. This is what happens when you get older. I'm just a troll. That's what's happening. Oh my God, getting older is so weird. Right, ladies? Oh my God. Yesterday it was a rat. Like every day there's a new thing I'm dealing with. I'm like, oh my God. It's so weird. I'm kind of a cougar, but I'm more of a cougar puma because I like them older. Really? White hair, no hair, sign me up. I do a lot of yoga, and I had this one teacher that was like, oh, your hips are so open, Elaine. I was like, are you calling me a slut? But it's supposed to, yoga's supposed to make you like all zen. So sometimes I'm like, it's not working! And I can't say the Sanskrit names. Like, first of all, why do we can't, this is an ancient language. Can't we like step it up? So I make up my own, right? Like, this one is, your ass is gonna hurt in the morning. This one is, woo, there's a breeze on my pussy. Come home with me now? Oh, you guys are fun. So did anybody do this? Like, I really don't like going to the grocery store. Some people really get into it. For me, it's just a pain in my ass. And I always want to do the self-checkout line because there's less judgment, right? Like, I get judged. People are always like, ow, you're buying a lot of juice today. Like, do I need judgment by my little checkout person? No. Especially when I'm getting, like, ramen noodles, OJ, and KY. But no matter what happens, I always have to get help. So it always, like, takes longer, and then there's 3 people. The woman right here gets the KY every week. Her service thing is, she fucks us up every time. You too, I knew it. But dating in New York is hard. It's so weird. One guy was like, I want a maid in the living room, a cook in the kitchen, and a whore in the bedroom. I was like, I can't cook. Seriously, I can't. Like, I've I've never been married, and I have to say, I wouldn't marry me either. I don't sew, I don't clean. The last time I actually set foot in my kitchen was to light a joint off the stove. And dating is just weird, like, one guy, like, I'm sober, I haven't had a drink in a long time, which is good, I miss it. I have to say I miss it. The other day I was reading that teenagers take tampons, soak them in vodka, and stick them up their butts to get drunk. I was like, ooh, would that count as a drink for me? So dating sober is really weird, right? So like this one guy, he knew that I can't drink wine, but he would be like, oh, Elaine, I want you to smell this bouquet with me. Oh, I'm getting some dark cherry on the nose. And on the finish, I'm getting some rhubarb. What are you getting? What are you getting? I'm getting pretentious asshole. And on the finish, I think you're gonna have sex with me and not care if I come. But I'm a bad picker. I've picked some real, I could be like at a party and I'd be like that guy, yeah, the drug dealer. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Okay. Oh, you're an out-of-work actor with no money, deep emotional issues. Move in with me. Oh, yeah, come on. No, but I am dating a guy who's way too old for me to call him my boyfriend. It's like we need to come up with a new term for like more, older male dude I'm sleeping with, but who's still incredibly emotionally immature. Is anybody? We could be rich if we come up with the name tonight. Let's workshop it after the show, people. No, and I'm sensitive about my weight, and he mentioned to me in January, oh, Elaine, you have gained some weight. And I was like, okay, I am a mature woman. I can handle constructive feedback from you, and I appreciate your honesty. And how is your little limp penis? I'm a big person. I can handle it. But, I just always have had trouble with men. Like, I feel like I either go for those alpha trucks, those monster alpha truck males, or the little Mini Cooper doormat guys. Sure, Elaine, whatever. I need a hybrid. Are you a hybrid? Would you be my hybrid? Oh, you have a ring. Ooh, that never stopped me before, but not this time. I have a question for you. So what does Verizon and any guy I've dated, what do they have in common? They only show interest in me when I'm threatening to leave. So, I decided that's how I'm going to get more attention. Thank you. Wow, applause break from her. You're cute. Are you handy? Come talk to me. Oh, I love this. I can pet him and everything. Went home and come play with the cougar puma.
So you might be able to watermelon.
Watermelon. I'm sure we could work it out. So see, this is what happens when you get old. You have to So I'm in the 12-step world. I go to a lot of meetings, and I have a friend that goes to sex and love addicts meeting. It's one of the millions of 12-step programs. It's a great program, but she was telling me, it's for people who are like, it doesn't mean you're a nympho. It means you're just like obsessed with fantasy or love. It can be lots of different things. And then she was telling me that they go on retreats, and I was like, is that a good idea? I hired this lady to come feng shui my house. Have you guys heard of feng shui? The art of the, Yeah, people, I got fuck shui. This lady told me that I had arguing doors. And then she's like, I can't really tell you what they're arguing about unless you give me $250 more. personally, you know they're arguing about who's got the bigger knob.
That's funny.
Thank you. And he's like, I'm not gonna laugh, but I'll just be like, that's funny. And you know, this is like comics were, just speak for yourself, Elaine. I'm neurotic, if you couldn't tell. And there can be like a whole hundreds of people laughing with me, and we're having a great time, and then you're like the one face. Like, they hate me. What's going on? I had this little lady, she was so cute, and she sat there the whole show just like she was like meditating or something. And I'm thanking people, you know, and I said, did you like it? She goes, oh, honey, you're hilarious. I just never laugh. I'm like, next time, could you put that on a shirt? I was neurotic from a very early age. I was obsessed growing up with this band called the Bee Gees.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? And I was so worried I couldn't decide if I liked Barry or Andy more. And I was worried that whoever I picked, I would hurt the other one's feelings. Even though they didn't know who I was. But they have this song, you know, staying alive, which is kind of weird because none of them really are. You know, not all of them can be heavy hitter A jokes anymore. But people in New York City like that joke. But it's more dark and twisted in the city. You know, you have to lighten it up a little bit. You can't go quite so heavy out in the burbs. It depends. It depends. If you're a dependent, I know, I should be funny every moment, every second. I'm working on it, so thank you, my future husband. See, I get so excited when I have like new stuff and then doing old stuff, and your brain is always going 53 miles an hour. And they said I could do my whole one-woman show, so I hope you guys don't mind tonight. I think I can knock it out in about 2 hours, 15. People at the front are like, fuck me. I'm totally kidding. No, I get it too. I swear to God, the older I get, I'm like, oh my God. And I love, you know, I do love to dance, but then I'm like, oh, my hip. Oh, God. People always ask me, you know, Elaine, why did you stop drinking? Like, was it bad, you know? And I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of kept waking up naked in the Jets locker room. That was one thing. And people were like, oh, you know those stupid sayings like, oh, did you have a big night on the town? Did you have a big night on the town? I'm like, I had a night on the bar. You know, I had a night on the stool. I had a night on the sailor. In the dumpster. Like, it was time. Dumpster sex is not as kinky as you might think. So this is what I do with my comedy. Like, I entertain, but I educate. So I can teach you to not go down the wrong road that I was on for so long. So I'll leave you with this one. I had a stalker. I know, I shouldn't brag, I was very... Oh my God, I'm really on my way. Is he there? Oh, he's there. All this yoga is working out. So, you know, at first it's glamorous. You're like, oh my God, he's there again. And then after a while, you're like, shit, okay, this is getting old. But I didn't know how to get rid of him. Finally, I slept with him. Thank you so much for coming and supporting me.